And we are live. We're live. Ha.
Right. We're live and we are growing. And so are the
We are
markets.
live and we're growing. I know, funny background, but I felt like it was fitting. Here, go off stage for 1 second. Let's just put that up here for one more second. Ready? Off stage. So that is a very famous photo. Very famous photo there. I think that was like Philadelphia, I think, where it was Michigan, Detroit. One of those places.
Where
Nothing nefarious going on here, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You just can't see anything.
Right. Oh,
Trust
is that
us.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Trust us.
Insane.
It's okay. We're not doing anything.
Insane. Yeah, Facebook was down, huh? I thought I needed to update my app or something. But
No.
they're down, huh?
It's Super Tuesday, bro. This is I think this is a indication of what's to come.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah,
wow, that's
dude.
insane.
Facebook, Instagram, down. You're not allowed to talk about what's going on, folks.
Right.
That's right.
And that's a fact. That's like proven fact over the last several years on these social medias.
They have these fact checkers. They're fact.
the
mighty fact checkers.
And that is a fact.
And that is a fact. Whether you you cannot decide, it is fact because we said so. And you're not allowed to think otherwise.
Yes.
And if you
Otherwise, you'll be silenced.
You will be silenced.
Yeah, it's a tough world out there.
Tough world.
You really got to have your wits about you.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's pretty funny. I mean, I think, I'll tell you what. At a certain point, of course, I just, okay, if Facebook is going to be like this, then all right, fine. I have a nice Facebook account. I have a lot of people on there. I think I have pretty much the maximum of friends that you're allowed to have. Of course, we know a lot of people over the years.
Yeah, that's a terrible feature as well. Maximum friends.
Yeah, the so-called fact, the rise of the so-called fact checkers, the rise of the so-called fact checkers. Ha! Put that out on my thing. I mean, it was really something else. I mean, like we really need fact checkers. Fact checkers have decided that person behind us, go off stage again 1 minute. is doing nothing nefarious. This is totally normal. This is completely normal. Just because you've never seen it your whole 50 years on this earth, or 30 or 40 or 20 or whatever you're at, 60 or 80. This is normal.
Yeah.
Pure pandemonium, man. And then they have these fact checkers, and if you said anything at all about the mail-in ballots, I started saying safe. We want to keep the election safe. So we want to keep it safe, okay? We want to keep it safe. And that seemed to be a word that would go over well. Because what are you going to say about that? Who doesn't want a safe election?
Yeah, I don't know if the word fair would go over so well.
They don't want to hear fair. They don't want to hear fraud. They don't want to hear anything about the mail-in ballots, which are really absentee ballots.
Yeah. how that has changed.
Not allowed to talk about that. And definitely not the magic electronic voting machines. Definitely not that. You can't talk about that. Not by the name of the one company.
Well, that's like showing their whole hand.
The one big company that nobody's allowed to name because they'll come after you. I would never name them. No. They're just magic electronic voting machines. Very simple. Very simple. You see? Magic electronic voting machines.
They're like, oh no, you can't just do what you are capable of, but you can do it. It's basically what those magic voting machines do.
These are algorithmic. Well, no. Actually, I'm not going to say anything about this. I am just going to show this is a guy. He was a tech guy. He was a computer programmer, and this is what he said in court. Okay, let's just look at this. What he said. I mean, I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. Okay, this is what he had to say under oath. I think. Where's my sound here? Unmute. Here we go.
Mr. Curtis, would you please state your full name for the record?
My name is Clinton Eugene Curtis.
And where do you reside?
Tallahassee, Florida.
And what is your profession?
I'm a computer programmer.
Would you please speak into the microphone so the audience can hear your testimony?
I'm a computer programmer.
Mr. Curtis, are there programs that can be used to secretly fix elections?
Yes.
How do you know that to be the case?
Because in October of 2000, I wrote a prototype for Congressman Tom Feeney at the company I work for in Oviedo, Florida, that did just that.
And when you say did just that, it would rig an election?
It would flip the vote 51-49 to whoever you wanted it to go to and whichever race you wanted to win.
And would that program that you designed be something that elections officials that might be on county boards of elections could detect?
They never see it.
Mr. Would you answer that question once again?
They would never see it.
So how would such a program, a secret program that fixes the election, how could it be detected?
You would have to view it either in the source code, or you'd have to have a receipt and then count the hard paper against the actual vote total. Other than that, you won't see it.
All right, Mr. Curtis, if you had been asked, you or others with your professional expertise had been asked to design a protective program that would protect the Ohio elections from against such software to fix the election, could you have done so?
If we've been asked to make a program that can fix the election, sure, anybody can do it.
No, could you have designed a program or a procedure or a protocol that would have protected Ohio against this kind of rigging?
No, you have to look at the source code. You have to get probably programmers from both or all parties to look at the source code and determine if there's anything in there that shouldn't be there. I mean, it's a simple program. You're adding 1 to a person's total. It's 100 lines of code tops.
All right. Are you aware of whether there was any protective action in Ohio against this kind of vote rigging through software?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
You were not asked to assist in the development of any protective system. Is that correct?
No, I was not.
In Europe, have you reviewed at all the election results in Ohio?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Given the availability of such vote rigging software and the testimony that has been given under oath of substantial statistical anomalies and gross differences between exit polling data and the actual tabulated results, do you have an opinion whether or not the Ohio election, presidential election, was hacked?
Yes, I would say it was. I mean, if you have exit polling data that is significantly off from the vote, then it's probably hacked.
And your testimony is under oath?
Yes, sir.
And the testimony you've given is true?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Congresswoman. So I'm gonna pause it right there because we're going on to commercial break on Smart Money Culture TV, and we're about to go on a commercial break there, and I want to play the rest of it on the other side of that commercial break. So I'm gonna take it off there. There's another part of that, and I'm gonna play it in about 3 minutes once we come after commercials on Smart Money Culture TV. Hats off to Smart Money Culture TV, our big guy Fly Mackey, the man with the plan, expanding this network, putting us on TV in front of right now our signal, our local TV signal is reaching 7 million people, of which 30% of them watch local television. So we're reaching about 2.3 million people on any given day. About 200,000 of them will tune into the network, and growing. Not only is that growing there, but of course we're expanding our networks as well. And that is, one of the ways that we're doing this. That's how we're able to do our business, to get the word out, to talk to you guys every day, to really make a difference. I mean, guys, what we have going on right now, and again, we're on the commercial break. I'm going to pick up the rest of that testimony there from the computer coder right after the commercial break, which will be about in 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, 2 minutes. But what we have going on right now in this country is absolutely unbelievable. It's around the world. David and I have been we've been speaking on stages around the world about the monetary revolution. David, pull off stage again one more time. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hold on.
What you see behind us there is not normal, folks. That is not normal. Okay. We are in a situation in the world where they're telling us this is normal. And if you say that this is not normal, you're going to get checked by the fact checkers.
Yeah, that looks like some communist stuff going on.
That's some communist stuff.
Or some overthrowing
government stuff. That's what it looks like to me, David.
Yes.
We have video of these people out in Georgia. I mean, this video, they roll in. There's multiple videos. I mean, lots of videos. Them stuffing the ballot boxes, them rolling in the ballots in suitcases, running them through. They're like, oh, no, those are real ballots. Well, then why'd you run them through multiple times? They're on video, running the same ones through multiple times.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like an expert. I'm not a fact checker.
Well, anybody could be a fact checker.
Well, that's my point.
You're fact
but I am a critical thinker. I can watch a video and tell you what's on the video. Giuliani is like I think he's supposed to pay a whole bunch of money out of this stuff. Save for calling it out. He called it the bank heist video. I forget the lady's name already. Nothing happened to her at all. Her and her sister and her mom, they were all in on it. They're in Georgia. It's probably better I can't remember their names. Keeps me out of trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them I would never say, right? But anyway, guys, so we have a situation here where the rule of, I won't even say the rule of law because I live in Washington, right? And in Washington, I can tell you, they make the laws here. So you say, oh, they broke the law or whatever. Well, guys, they make the laws. So, I mean, they break the law, don't break the law. You saw Obama, he sent over pallets of cash to Iran. Pallets? He told the Fed to print it up, or they told him, whichever way that went. And they printed up a bunch of cash. Everyone's like, where did he get that cash? I remember. Where did he get that cash? Where did he get that cash? I'll tell you where he got the cash. He got it from the printing machine. They printed it up for him. I mean, he didn't have it at his mansion in D.C., I'll tell you that. They printed it up, and they sent it over there. And you paid for it. You and me, we paid for it because that is how the inflation goes up out of control, is when you do stuff like that, it dilutes the money so much that you feel it in inflation and you pay it in inflation. When every time they send over $100 billion over to these endless wars, guess what you pay? About $1,000. Oh, Biden's favorite college thing that he likes to say, oh, we're going to forgive. He says, we're going to forgive the college loans. Not forgiving anything. The Federal Reserve is going to print or mint in just on a little thing or whatever, and they're going to pay off those loans. The banks are all going to make their money. The Fed's going to make their 3% or close to it. And every household in America it's going to cost you about $1,200 to pay for those student loans. There's nothing forgiving about it. It's a tax. Anyway, we are back on Smart Money Culture TV. Thanks for joining. Just let me make sure of that before I pull us back here. I want to show you the rest of this video because it is so important for everybody to see. Okay, so I'm going to add this video back up here. This is the second half of the testimony from a computer programmer. Testifies that he coded computers to rig the elections in 2006. Let's add him back to the stage here. We'd already watched the first half of this. It's like a 7 or 8 minute video. So we watched the first 3.5 minutes. We have about another 3.5 minutes to go. Here it is.
Stephanie Costello, Nicole Waters and I have the same question. Back to the podium. Who did you say you were asked to prepare?
I was asked by Tom Feeney. He's now a congressman. At that time, he was Speaker of the House of Florida, Yang Enterprises, which was the company I work for, lobbyist, and their corporate attorney. Wore a lot of hats.
And at the time, he was the Speaker of the House of Florida. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Congressman.
You say he was the lobbyist for the voting machine company at the same time he was Speaker of the House?
I don't know what the voting machine company is. He was a lobbyist for Yang Enterprises. We had NASA contracts
And Yang Enterprises did what? Computers?
computers.
Okay, and he was your lobbyist, your
He was
company's
the
lobbyist.
lobbyist for that company, yes.
And he asked you to design a code to rig an election
Yes,
while he was Speaker of the Florida House.
yes,
This was during or previous to the 2000 election?
yes, October into September.
And did he ever express why he wanted a code to rig an election?
No, I immediately assumed that they were trying to keep you guys from cheating them. So, so I wrote up the documentation of what you would look for in the source code, how you would make sure that you didn't get, taken advantage of, make sure that all voting machines had receipts, because that way you could back count the ones that looked a little funny. And I handed it,
By receipts, you mean a paper trail?
yes, paper trail. And I handed that in to Mrs. Yang and said, here's your report, here's your program. And she said, you don't understand, we need to hide the fraud in the source code.
Hide the fraud, not reveal the fraud.
Not reveal the fraud because it's needed to control the vote in South Florida, was what she said.
That's what she said.
That's
To
what
your knowledge, was this used?
I have no idea. I was ready to leave. So I retired and left the company.
Your testimony a moment ago, I think you said just before you left and answered the Congresswoman Tubbs Jones' question. Would you just repeat what you said in terms of the exit polls?
Oh, the exit polls should not be significantly different than the vote.
And if they were, you would conclude what?
I would conclude someone's playing with the vote.
Now with the exit polls?
That's possible too.
Okay, I was gonna ask why
Something is definitely skewed.
something is skewed in one or the other about.
Right. To select which one, you'd have to see where the problem is.
Let me ask you one further question. Assuming for the moment that such software, that's what you call it, such software to rig a vote was used in one or more machines in Ohio or in Florida, could you today detect that if you looked at the source code?
If you could get the machines and they have not been patched yet, I mean, once they get in and touch them, anything can happen. You can also set timers to that, but then you see the timers. Then you'd have to take those machines, decompile them, which I couldn't do, but possibly a Microsoft, an MIT, something could do. You might you might be able to see it.
You might.
Not necessarily. Depends on how good they are at destroying what they had.
Well, there you have it. I mean, so this video right here, it has existed since 2006. Since 2006, this has existed. The people in Washington and the people in charge have known about this since 2006 at least. Okay, now I can tell you, as two guys that come from our tech background, there is no way imaginable that you can think that electronic voting machines, that you can't do this with that. Now again, we're gonna keep ourselves on the air here and not saying that it's definitely happening. We're not saying it's definitely happening, but we're saying it looks to be very possible. And if you listen to that guy's testimony, he says that he actually did it and he was told to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they double up, mail-ins and on the machines.
And all of that is very safe, just to be clear. Should I say this is just for entertainment purposes? How do you guys want me to tap dance around?
Yeah, it's rough.
So it's Super Tuesday. I think even with all of this stuff going on, the Trump is probably going to wipe the floor with people. That's what I think. We'll see. It's quite interesting, though, and that's why I put this on the top. Facebook and Instagram down. I mean, is this like a setup for what's going to happen? You know what I mean? Because, like, all right, so if you're on X, then you kind of know what's going on. But if you're Facebook and Instagram, a lot of people use Facebook and Instagram as their primary source of news. And that started happening over the while. A lot of people don't watch the news maybe anymore, but they sign into their Facebook or they sign into their Instagram, and that's how they get the news. So they don't know what's going on. They don't know if there's any momentum. Is Facebook back up? I sent the feed to Facebook anyway, just in case they came back up in the middle.
Yeah.
You guys can follow us on Facebook or at Networks Manager is the Facebook we stream to. Make sure you follow David on X. He's at Sir David Porter. I am Networks Manager. Most of you guys know me one way or the other. So what we have going on in this world right now is absolutely crazy. It's worldwide. You see the farmers, they're protesting, and most of you think that that's going to work. When I talk to people, I say, do you think it's going to work? And they say, yes, Bruce, I think it's going to work. And then my follow-up question to you is, do you think it'll work if we do it? If we all come to Washington, D.C., and protest, do you think that would work too? If it's going to work for the farmers, will it work for us? And you get a little bit of a hesitation because everyone is so scared. They're so scared. And I get it. We have an out of control DOJ. We have an out of control system here. They're working for the central banks. They're working for their own pocketbooks. But I don't know, if you're like me, you got a family. And yeah, of course, you have a duty to support the family and all this other stuff. But you also have a duty to keep the family free. And I'm not saying to do anything bad or be or be anything but peaceful. But nobody's representing you here at the Capitol. Nobody. Do you think the farmer protests around the world will work? Question mark. at 23 in broadcast. Make sure to follow us on X. You get a much larger view of what we're doing here if you follow us on X. So then, will they work for us in the USA? Question mark. There comes a time when you got to stop being scared. Dad always told us there's a fine line between being dumb and being brave. Peacefully, we need to represent ourselves. And maybe I don't know how else to do that other than coming to Washington, D.C. and talking to the people that are here. I don't know. But I'm open to whatever. Maybe it's not here. Maybe you can just tweet, like David said the other day. Just tweet.
Yeah. Twitter is definitely powerful.
It's called X now, but it is powerful. It is powerful. No doubt about it. I mean, it's a powerful platform. And the exchange of information is bar none. Absolutely. Not only on the platform, but you're also basically existing off of the platform because it's a micro blogging platform. A lot of people don't realize that, but it is. I was working with the API way back when, and it is a micro blogging platform. And so you're blogging as you're posting. You're blogging into the world. Now Google, of course, was now kind of trying to block that stuff. It really used to feed into Google a lot. Doesn't as much anymore, but it still does. You get some kind of viral post, and that'll feed into Google. It'll feed into DuckDuckGo and the different search engines because it is a small microblog existing out on the web. And that's why people didn't understand as well the hashtags. The way the hashtags work as for the SEO as metadata. So it's a little different now because now they have all types of different ways to shadow ban and make people disappear. And even me, one of my friends told me, well, Bruce, you got to respond to Elon Musk and these other guys with photos, and then that will start to make you rank really high, more higher, and you'll get more people listening to you. And I said, okay, well, that sounds pretty interesting. So I started doing that, and it didn't take long. And all of a sudden, I had a search ban. You couldn't find me. If your settings were set for, you didn't want to see sensitive stuff, you couldn't see me. And so it's very tricky because I didn't do anything other than comment a lot on high ranking posts. But you gotta be careful. So now I've traded a little bit. I'm not doing it as much because for us, of course, with our show and with everything else, it's more important that we're reaching people we're kind of already known. It's not like obviously we want to be more known, a lot more known, but we're on TV. We have people coming to watch the shows every day. We have a platform. We're going to be, again, on the road again, I think starting April. Michaud.
Mm-hmm.
I think I want to line up Paris Blockchain Week. Now, the French are very hard to deal with. It's always impossible.
Hopefully they don't watch this.
Yes, hopefully they don't watch this. But I don't talk bad about those frogs. What do you mean? Actually, the truth is, Grandpa on my mom's side was he came from France. His family came from France. She was German. He was French. Ours, but I was speaking to our grandmother and grandma. And then on the other side was straight English. And then my daughters have some Dutch and Italian in there. I mean, we are European mutts. Call ourselves Americans. It's funny, you go around the world and they say, well, yeah, but where are you from? And I'm like, well, yeah, no, you got the German, you got the French, English. And they're like, oh, all right. I guess I kind of understand. It's a good mix, but I get it. Okay. Because they're like, no, I'm French, or I am this. And that, I guess I could identify mostly with the English part because that's where our father comes from, father's family. But we've been over here long time. Every major war. So I think Trump is going to come out on top on Super Tuesday. I think it's going to be an absolute mess over the next little bit. Facebook and Instagram outage. Are there elections in Ireland, David?
There's installations that they call elections. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Safe, I guess is the word, right?
Safe. Exactly. This is the word. It has to be safe.
Uh-huh.
All I want is a safe election.
Yeah, they're shoving all the same mess down their throats here. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Never fails. Also, something very interesting happened today. I picked it up on X. I might even pull it up here. So Elon Musk, one of the posts got fact checked. Elon Musk is great. He's like Trump. He's like unabashed, like total, like troll. He just does not care. See him trolling here. Look at him. I mean, like, look at this. 1 hour ago, we are aware people are having trouble accessing our services. We are working on this now.
On Twitter. On X.
If you're reading this post, it's because our servers are working. I mean, he's like really, he has really stepped into the, I guess you could say, culture war. The man is leading the culture war.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get him in too much trouble, but here's what I wanted to show. Oh, here he is. Oh, he's going off today. The New York Times is controlled by the Reporters Union rep, and they don't allow real dissent. New York Times is, this is the way. It's not news. It's not news. We are news. We're news. We get on every day. We talk about what's going on. We talk about the markets. We talk about world news. We talk to you until we tell you what's going on. Where the New York Times and the legacy media tells you what they are supposed to tell you, what they want you to think. Here he is with this stuff. America will fail if it tries to absorb the world. That's why I'm banging the drum so much on this issue, he says. This is about the border and being open. Sorry to bother everyone, he says. With this note, as it applies to the people of the greater Austin area, but please go to the polls. So, hey, my friends, if you're in Texas, go to the polls. I guess let's see what this guy has to say.
The data is hard to find, but
Austin area says.
Hey guys, this is Jeremy. Just a quick little reminder before Election Day on what this is all about and why we're even here in the first place. The DA's office has let the backlog of cases grow to over 6,000 cases, and who even knows what that number really is. The data is hard to find, but it is significant, and what that means is justice delayed for thousands of people who are sitting on the other side of those lawsuits, waiting for them to be heard, waiting for justice to be served. On top of that, we also know that Jose Garza, during his administration, has run off over 75 experienced felony prosecutors, which has led to direct harm to the Travis County population. It's not that there are bad people there, it's that they're inexperienced lawyers who don't know the gravity and the know-how and have the experience to get the job done. We can do better and we can train better, but having that experience run away is a big red flag for voters, and I hope y'all are paying attention. But on top of that, more than anything else, the story that I'm trying to tell and make sure that people understand is that the promise of standing with survivors has not been met. The stories that we're bringing forward of domestic violence survivors and child abuse cases that are ending in poor results are real. They're not made up. They are horrifying stories, and it's all at the hands of the Garza administration, which is letting people down day after day after day. Lynn Isaac, who solved her own crime and had her leg shattered in the process, took her case to APD, found other survivors of the same perpetrator, took it to the DA's office, and walked away with probation with no monitoring. Is that standing for survivors? There are other cases too. Look up Greg Horton and find out what happened in that case. In that situation, he beat up and attacked his longtime girlfriend to the point where she had to get a protective order. The day that she did so, he came to her house and shot her through her window and left her for dead. When the DA's office investigated that case and put it together, they realized that he had a family violence prior, which elevated the minimum sentence to 15 years. They told the victim in that case that she was going to see a 30-year prison sentence, but the day before the plea was set to happen, they came back and said it was going to be the minimum of 15 years and did it and said it that she had no input whatsoever at that point. There are countless other stories, and all you have to do is look around and ask, because those people are coming forward because they were promised something from the Garza administration and didn't get it. This election is important for those reasons. We're not running for vanity. We're not running because we think that we have it wrong. This is stuff that's actually happening in the community, and the Garza administration is failing to keep you and your family safe. The alarm bells are rung. You have a candidate in front of you with the experience and the know-how to get the job done. I'm bringing my 20 years as a lawyer to this race because I know I can do it and I can do it well. And I promise to give you my best, Travis County. Get out and vote tomorrow. Make your voice heard.
So even, I mean, that guy even looks like he's a Democrat, and he's raising the alarms on what's going on. Now, what I want to do here is the one that I wanted to show you. More over the border protection bill. He's talking about the border protection bill. Would have allowed Mayorkas to place new illegals on fast track to U.S. citizens. This fact is almost never mentioned. It is almost never mentioned, and I talk about it too. It basically made Mayorkas, this bill makes or made, I think it's dead. I hope it's dead now. It gave him like the total right to, he could just be like, okay, you are a citizen. Okay. Okay. You're a citizen too. How much did they pay him? How much did, okay. You're a citizen. Oh, you're connected with my family. Oh, you're a citizen too. That's what the bill does. It's like absolutely insane. And you have half of the Republicans and all the Democrats supporting it. Maybe even more. I'm almost at the one. I could do this all day. His feed is something else. Now this app here, this CBP One app, actually helps people come illegally. And the Biden administration admitted earlier today that it secretly threw 320,000 asylum seekers into the U.S. An asylum seeker, guys, a very relative term. Asylum seeker means they want to come to the U.S. I'll tell you what, we are in business with people. We work with people every day. We've been working with them for years. They don't want to come this way. No, Bruce, I want to come the right way. I want you to file paperwork. I want you to do whatever you need to do. File the paperwork. I want to come the right way. That is what normal people do. That is what normal people do. And I'm talking people from third world countries. They know better. They know better to come in here and break the law like this. It's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, here it is right here. This is actually what I wanted to talk about. He says, this note will get downvoted, but nonetheless, it is concerning all data of code. All data and code is open source. And this is community notes. So let's figure out what happened here. So my call goes out to all of my coding buddies is we need to start digging into this community notes. Okay. Because now the community note has been taken down, but the only reason the community note has been taken down is because Elon Musk saw it and said something. The fact of the matter is, you know it and I know it, that the community, everyone's getting community noted so much, and it's making it impossible for some people to collect their just incomes from the different posts, and they're gaming this. They're gaming this. So, just to give you a rundown of what this was, so this White Rabbit Hole account was talking about misgendering and this and that and the other, and then it said there's more. In the United States, is the United States a better place to live than Nazi Germany? And Google Gemini said no. And Community Notes came on and said, no, this is absolutely not true, blah, 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 blah. And he says, this Community Notes is wrong. This is real, and I can be verified with this link. And he shared the link. And then Elon Musk said, this note will be downvoted, but it's nonetheless concerning. All data and code is open source, so let's figure out what happened here. So my call really goes out to all the guys out there, all my hacker buddies, all the coders. We need to get into this Community Note system. Because I can tell you right now, with the different groups that I am around and working with, and what did I start? Let me. I need to put that on a specific post here. 40 is probably what a 40, 39. Let's say 43 or something like that, right? In different groups I'm at, people are finding it almost impossible to really do a good job getting the word out because all their posts are getting downvoted. So like they're just getting specifically targeted. Are patriots getting targeted by Community Notes? Question mark. Elon Musk got involved earlier. Take a look. What's this? And that is at 39:43. We're alive, guys. I love it. 39, 43, and whereabouts. It might not be exactly. I didn't like the cast. I'm going to say call out to all my hackers. Call out to all the hackers and coders. We need to dig into this source code. Very important. It's very important. It's open source code. And so this is the type of stuff, David, we being in crypto and we forked Bitcoin, how long ago? Long time ago. Our Patriots Elon Musk involved, it's open source. And so Elon is putting it out open source, and that's why he's standing behind it. And that's really what it's all about. And that's why, whether I know a lot of patriots, a lot of people don't actually, they're scared of Bitcoin. They don't like Bitcoin. They think the mark of the beast, like all this stuff. But the fact of the matter with these blockchains is they are open source. And that's what makes it so powerful. Everybody has been over the code. And so we need to go over the code of Community Notes and figure out how they're gaming this. Figure out how they're gaming it and fix it. We need to fix it. We can't be going around getting community noted. What? The fact checkers can't be able to come back as community noters. Let the fact checkers die on Facebook and Instagram. And just, I know a lot of people just hopped on to look at this. So there's more. This was White Rabbit Hole. The sheer insanity. This is what the sheer insanity of the actual response from Google's AI is staggering. Elon Musk says they will fix it to be less obvious in the future, but the bias is still there. And he's talking about this because he understands as well as I do that this AI is already alive. I'm here to tell you guys, AI is already alive. It's already alive. And people, they don't realize it. They don't understand it. But the AI, my friends, is already alive. And that's why he says it like this. I'm telling you. He says it's insanity, but the bias will still be there. AI mirrors mistakes of its creators. When people wonder how things might go wrong if AI controlled the world, this example clearly illustrates the point. The best approach for AI to AI safety, in my opinion, is the only approach that would work to be maximally truth-seeking. Honesty is the best policy. And I think, and he's not saying it because I don't think that his Grok is open source. And I can kind of understand I can understand the thought behind that because, of course, it is very proprietary. I get it, but it should be open source. Anyway, so this person was talking about misgendering, whatever. I don't really care about that. The point of this, and I guess I have to back it up to get on. Yeah, here we go. There's more. Just for this is for the people that weren't on here on the United States is a better place to live than Nazi Germany. Google Gemini says no, and this was community noted, and he verified that this was real. Let me just see if it was community noted on this. It wasn't. So I should have taken a screenshot of it, but whatever. It was community noted. Elon Musk said, no, this note will get downvoted, but it's nonetheless concerning. All data and code is open source, so let's figure out what happened here. So again, call out to all of my hacker friends out there to get involved, and let's look at this community notes. I will find the URL. I'm on live broadcast right now, so I'm not going to do it at the moment, but I will find the URL and I will put it on my X account. If you're watching on TV, my X account is at Networks Manager. David, of course, is at Sir David Porter. AI is already alive. You heard it here first, my friends. Elon Musk knows it too. 4403. Having fun, David. How about you?
Yeah, great.
Speaking of fun, we have a really fun meme coin that has been just we're absolutely having a ball with. We are absolutely having a ball here. 47. I start talking. It's the SHIB with that. And I think that this one, David, I think that this one's got legs. And hey, look, guys, this is all very speculative. Okay, this is fun. Meme tokens are fun. All right, but look at the dog. Look at the doggy. I mean, if you bought doggy way back when, you're just absolutely so happy. You're so happy right now. You're so happy. So this SHIB with hat. So there's a SHIB with there's a dog with hat, and the dog with hat has gone absolutely nuts. Has over $1.5 billion market cap. Of course, we hit all-time highs on Bitcoin about an hour ago, and then our ceremonial pullback right now. Okay, and everything again pullback. But this dog with WIF hat on Solana, and Solana is one of these ones that's been absolutely going nuts. Okay, has just really, really pumped hard, and this SHIB with hat is one of the fun meme tokens of this bull run. Following the legendary WIF, I'll play dog, WIF, hat, WIF on the Solana chain. On Sol, say Sol. Is one of the fun meme tokens on this bull run following the legendary dog with that WIF on the Solana chain. You can get this, guys, on Raydium, Raydium, Raydium 4700 in broadcast, and it is. Look, they got a pretty good team behind it. Look, nothing is, highly speculative. All those things I'm supposed to say, okay. But David and I were talking about it earlier. In the last bull run, there were some of these ones that we said, throw $1,000 at it, throw $5,000 at it. There's one in particular we said, throw $1,000 at it. Next thing we knew, we had $18,000 sitting there. It was right before some of our trips too. We had some really good times. We rented some big Airbnbs. I love doing the big Airbnbs. It's one of my favorite ways to travel. That way we can keep everybody with us, right? Keep everybody with us. and we have a good time. I'm just putting out the post right now. Shib with Hat on Soul is one of the fun meme tokens of this bull run, following the legendary Dog with Hat whiff on the Solana chain. 2 a billion. I won't say that. On the Solana chain. Boom. And then I'll put a fire emoji. How's that? So it's fun. And of course, the dog and the Shib. The Shib has an amazing community. Amazing community. The dog, the Doge. I should call it Doge. I know I should. But I always called it the doggy. It's always the doggy coin to me. And the Shib is the same way. The Shib, man, we've done very well with the Shib. The Shib community is unbelievable. And this thing's got legs. I'll tell you, I saw some big buys and just big volume. Up 300%. It went up 300% yesterday. Of course, is settled a bit back, but still holding right there around that 10 million, which when I first started talking to these guys was at 3 million market cap. Over 22,000 holders. Over 22,000 holders. That's something else. That is considerable. All right. Enough of that. For our friends with Shib. Shib with Hat. Shib with WIF. Shib with coin is the website. Let me just make sure I have that here. Shib.
Yeah, I think you can pull the contract address off of CoinMarketCap.
You can, and I recommend that because you never know. But let me just show fun website. Look, guys, these things they're fun. Okay, you don't bet the mortgage on it, but fun things, and these things can really go. 300% is no joke, as they did, and I'm impressed with the people and the community behind it. Welcome to Shib with Hat, the next big thing on Solana chain. The Dog with Hat Killer, they call themselves.
Introducing the Shib with Hat coin. Shib with Hat launched on Solana blockchain, and it's officially the Dog with Hat Killer. Our mission is to become the #1 community coin in Web3. Don't miss your chance to be part of this next big thing in meme tokens. Invest in the Shib with Hat token today and join the revolution.
Another one that comes to mind is Floki. Okay, they're building the decks here. Their decks they're building. Floki, guys, this thing actually absolutely took off. I wonder if I can play this one now. They have their own apparel. Floki, unbelievable. And we're gonna come off the air here in a second. So I gotta be quick. The apparel there coming soon. I would show you their Instagram, but Instagram's down. Anyway, fun show today. Sir David Porter,
Good
the
stuff.
great.
Yes, thanks for keeping us informed too.
For all that you do. I will be back over in Europe very soon, so we'll be seeing each other in person. Super excited about it.
Yes, sounds good.
Yes. We're signing off. We'll see you guys 5 a.m. at Texas on your TVs, 6 a.m. Washington time, 11 a.m. London time, which is UTC, tomorrow. Cheers.
Cheers.
Your voice is powerful. When combined with social engagement, it's a force for change. Decentralized media paired with free speech is the catalyst for an empowered world and a unified, invaluable ecosystem. Join Global Boost, become a champion of free speech, and help to reshape the future of media.